he's been around the globe a little bit. He's down in the U.S. right now. He's taught business strategy in the college based out of London in the UK, which is really cool. Working with international clients, and he's been working on mindful decision making coaching, and has earned his MBA specialized in business strategy and mechanical engineering. So he's got a pretty wide scope, and I suspect he's detail orientated, which is pretty cool. He has hands-on experience with companies such as Cisco, Sprint, Managed Services. So I'm going to stop there because I can keep on going. If I owned a bar, we'd be doing better, and we don't. So, dear Ash, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Bernie, and thank you, Margaret, and thank you, all of us, all of you, for joining us and listening to today's presentation. So, before I actually jump onto the presentation, I really welcome you all. And first of all, a very happy new year. And this presentation is not just going to be me who's going to be talking. I would rather prefer it to be more interactive. So if you have any questions, anything I can add value anywhere in your business, please do let me know. And I would really be happy to answer all your questions within the time frame which we have. So let me share my screen quickly. Can you all see it?
Yep.
Perfect. So this is what the presentation looks like, the first page. Today's topic is Unlock LinkedIn for Business Development. My name is Dheeraj. You already have a quick introduction of myself, and I'm just going to do it in the next 10 minutes, 10 seconds or so. Real quick, what I normally do is I do help coaches, consultants, and small business owners who are already in business for a couple of years, just getting clients through word of mouth or through referral. So I help them to build their online presence. I also help them to connect with their strategic connections. In other words, their ideal clients through LinkedIn organically. So what I do is pure organic. It means is there is no paid ads, zero ad spend. This is a pure long-term relationship building model in place on LinkedIn. So that's my quick introduction, and I'm going to walk you through how we can use LinkedIn in our business, whatever business we are doing, and how we can leverage LinkedIn with the other network. Some of the learning points which we will be covering: the misconceptions of LinkedIn, the LinkedIn profile optimization, the post engagement, finding your target audience. This is where the money is. How do you find people who are already on internet, and how you can help them and sell your product or services to them? Next, how to reach out and message. Strategic connection building. There are two different connections. The one which you just randomly send connection request to some random people and you make a connection, just increase your numbers. And there is another one which is called strategic connection. The connections which are value add to you in some way. When I say value add, it's not always generating money. It could be a long-term relationship. It could be a referral partner. It could be a business partner. There could be a number of ways where, two connections can add value mutually. And the next one is appointment settings. So this is what we will gonna cover in today's presentation. The first point: misconceptions about LinkedIn. It's just an online resume. So what we have heard over the years in past year, LinkedIn is just a professional site where we just copy paste our resume and show it so that hiring manager or someone can reach out to us and connect with us. So this is one of the misconceptions. It's not just the online resume. It's way beyond that. We will gonna cover that more moving forward. It's just another social network platform. When we talk about social media, the first thing comes in our mind is Facebook. But I agree with that. Facebook is number one social media in the world. But at the same time, Facebook, Instagram, they are good. But if you are looking for connections or looking for leads in terms of business development side, LinkedIn is the place to go ahead with because Facebook has more of a general audience. You have no idea whether they are a working professional, they are business people, or they are kids, or they are just mom sitting at home doing some household work or what. But when we talk about LinkedIn, this is pure people who are working either for themselves or working for someone else. It's only to post business materials. Not really. It's not just for business materials. You can also have some personal life touch depending on the extent which you are open to share with people. It's only used for B2B. What do you mean by B2B? Business to business. What my definition of building connection is, it's P2P. What I mean by that is it's always about people to people, irrespective of whichever platform you are in, because you are not communicating with a business or an office cubicle or a wall. You are communicating with a human being at the other end. So it's always about P2P, which is people to people. Next, LinkedIn profile optimization. The very first thing, it's like a resume as we discussed before. If you're someone is looking for a job, you prepare a resume. Then your LinkedIn profile optimization should be in place so that if anybody is visiting your profile, they will have an understanding who this person is, what they do, and how they help people. So for that, I'm quickly gonna show you how it should be done. Let me share my LinkedIn profile. So when we say LinkedIn profile optimization, as I said, if anybody is going through your profile, you are not there to convince them and talk about your own profile. So if somebody is going through your profile, it should be self-explanatory. And within 20 seconds, your profile should communicate who you are, what you do, how you help. So if you see my LinkedIn profile, this is called LinkedIn banner right here. What I have written here is helping professionals and business owners leverage LinkedIn business for business development organically. So if anybody is visiting my profile, they will have a clear understanding who Dheeraj is and what he does. And this is usually this is a blue in color, blank. Everyone get it for free, but you can change it the way you want it. and this is the best place to advertise your product or services, because this thing comes very first. Then you have the headline. Your headline should have a keyword of the product or services which you're offering to the people, so that if somebody is looking for any particular person using keywords search, this headline should come up. So relevant to that, your profile should come up. For example, if somebody is looking for help on LinkedIn for their business, so I have these keywords written here: helping coaches, consultants, and financial professionals close high-ticket clients through LinkedIn. And then when you move down, you have about section. In this about section, you should have a clear summary of who you are, what you do, and how you help. Your about section. And then this is the place where you feature. For example, I have got all the testimonials from my clients. So I have featured them, because what makes you unique is the question you should remember all the time, because there are millions of people on social media platforms. Why they should reach out to you and connect with you? What unique skill set do you bring into the table?
Dheeraj, I have
What?
a question for you.
Sure, go ahead.
So for the scripting of the content, and thank you. This is really vital information. Even the customer videos, etc. Even that's a great idea. Do you have someone help you script out the write up, or do you just do it yourself? And is there kind of a key to success, or should you go to someone who's a professional writer for those pieces?
Uh, this, you mean the about section?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, for the about section is always individual. It has a content of each and every individual on their own way. Three questions it should ask. You should ask yourself who you are, what you do, what problem do you solve, and how do you help people. These are the four questions everyone should keep in mind, because I do have work experience working with international clients, Cisco systems, Sprint Manage. Margaret has some different experience. Bernie has some different experience. So each and every one, your about section should be tailored in such a way that you showcase your expertise. Does that answer your question, Bernie?
Yeah. Also, would you put in volunteer experiences in there, or would you do that as an adjunct?
You can definitely do it. Since I don't have any volunteer experience, I haven't done it, but you can mention it, volunteer work,
Okay.
or you can scroll down when we talk about the experience here. You can scroll down, and here you get the option to add your volunteer work.
Okay.
So that can also be added. Some people do count it. Definitely you can do that. Is that clear, Bernie?
Yes. Thank you.
Perfect. Great.
How
You're welcome.
how closely are you relating the about section to the content in your banner? And I ask that because as I move from top to bottom, I need to feel a natural flow. And I don't want the information to be disjointed, moving from topic to topic or subject to subject. So when I see you're about helping professionals and so forth on your banner, when I get if I stop at about, that content should support that banner. What's your thought on that?
Exactly. That's a very valid point. And remember this, since we are doing this for training purposes, so we are taking so much time going through one profile, but someone else who is just give it a glance within 10 to 20 seconds, they will not going to go down and read all your about section until and unless here you have something which push them to learn more about you. So the question is, the banner should have exactly to the point services or the skill set which you have. So this is a very short two statement answer. What problem do you have? How do you help? So if they are interested, they would go down and read more. And it happens in very low cases that people will actually go to your about section and read all your couple of paragraphs until and unless they really want to, have a conversation with you or want to do a business with you. But
Thank you.
yes, the answer is your profile from top to bottom should have a flow of your skill set. Does that make sense?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Well, since I can't see you here right here on my screen, so I'm just assuming that you're saying that. Okay. Perfect. So this is the feature section. As I said, this is really important. Whatever extraordinary skill set, the testimonials, recommendations, some articles you want to start it, you can do it. What I have done, I have got all the testimonials here. So I just do that. Some people prefer to have text testimonials or recommendation. But what I normally practice, and I do recommend the same to my clients, that try and get the videos, because these videos are just within 2 minutes. They are not very long, 1 to 2 minutes video, and the videos has got more emotional connection than a text. This is what the research say. So this is what I have done. And then obviously when you go down, you discuss about your experience, your position, the company, and all the skill sets which you have, right? And obviously you do have the education and the skills and endorsements. You can ask from your clients, from your customers, colleagues, or anybody, which definitely gives you a weightage on that. In recommendation, you can ask for recommendation from the same anybody who you have helped, personally, professionally, colleagues, clients, or anybody of that sort. So this is basically a LinkedIn profile optimization in brief. But obviously, when we actually do that, we prepare first draft, second draft, and then we finalize it. So I hope that is clear for everyone. Just say in the chat box if that's
Yes.
adding value to you.
Mhm.
I wonder, could you speak to your interviews? What program do you use for
Uh,
your interview testimonials?
what program? I just record it on Zoom and edit it
On
on
Zoom.
Video
Okay.
Shot.
Okay.
Yeah, edit it on Video Shot. Thank you. So yes, this is the LinkedIn profile optimization we just discussed. The same thing, cover page, heading, locations, endorsement and recommendation. And this is a lead magnet, a really important part. Post, engage, and message. What I mean by that is, before I answer that, let me ask you this question. How many of you are really active on LinkedIn? You can respond in the chat. Just say yes in the chat box.
Barely.
Just say yes in the chat box. Let me see. Okay, it looks like pretty much everybody. Okay, and let me ask you this question. How many of you are developing your business through LinkedIn? In other words, LinkedIn is helping you to generate more leads, build more connections. Somewhat. Okay, Tanya is. Trish, not yet. Want to learn more. Okay, perfect. And how many of you really want to learn how to generate more leads on LinkedIn? Just say yes in the chat box. Oh, now here it comes, all the yeses. Perfect. So let's discuss that. Let me go back to this PowerPoint. Okay, so the next one.
While you're drilling up the slide, do you recommend going to LinkedIn Premium or using Navigator or other like services that where it basically pumps it up into a steroid mode?
It depends what you are trying to achieve on LinkedIn. The LinkedIn Premium is recommended if you are really looking for targeted audience. And what it does is, let me show you this. How does that look? This is a LinkedIn Premium. You all can see it. Can you?
No.
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 Um,
Oh, you know
The
you
screen
can't.
isn't being
Okay.
shared now.
Okay, perfect. Let me do that. Okay, here it is. Can you see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is a LinkedIn Premium, also called Sales Navigator. So for LinkedIn Premium, you get Business, Sales Navigator, and Recruiter Lite. So I use Sales Navigator. So what it does do is it gives you an option to search specific people on LinkedIn with the keywords connection, leads, or accounts. What it means account by is a company, lead is by individual. So you get more options to search for specific people if you are using LinkedIn Premium. So it all depends what you are trying to achieve. Bernie, does that answer your question?
Yep.
Okay. So if you are really looking for a target audience with the specific skill set, company size, revenue, industry, location, with some keywords, yes, go ahead with LinkedIn Premium. That would help you. Otherwise, you don't need to. So the next point is here is post, engage, and message. So on LinkedIn, what we do is really important is posting. Either we post our content or we comment on someone else's. So when we post, always keep in mind, tag 3 people or 3 connections from your existing connections and tag 3 hashtags. what it would do is that will give you more visibility, and the LinkedIn algorithm will show more with a different wall, because the LinkedIn algorithm works in a way that even if you have 5,000 connection, if you post, LinkedIn will not going to show your post to all of your 5,000 connection. What it does do is, first it's going to show it to, let's say, 5 people or 5 connection or 10 connection. And then it will measure how many likes and comments your post have got. And if you get like 3, 4 likes, 1, 2 comments, then it's gonna show it to more connections. This is how it measures. So when you make any post, the very first hour is really crucial. So the more likes and comments, in other words, engagement you get on your post, the more it's gonna show it to your connection. This is how LinkedIn algorithm works. Does that make sense? Say yes in the chat box if it does. And then when you have that engagement, how do you take the connection? Because when you're building a connection, if your immediate, okay, there are 3 level of connection. The first degree, which are your direct your connection. The second degree, which are common with the connection. And the third degree, which is beyond your network. So if your first degree connection is commenting or liking, then your post is gonna show it to their wall. What it means is then the second degree people who are connected to that person will gonna see your post. So that's gonna increase your visibility and increase your, posting coverage. So
Can
this
you
is
say
how you
that
add
again?
one.
Can you say that again?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's say, for example, I and Bernie are of first degree connection. What I mean by first is we are connected. And Margaret is not connected to me, but Margaret is connected to Bernie. So for me, Margaret is second degree connection. So if I post anything on my wall, and if Bernie do any like or comment on my post, then my post is gonna show it to Margaret's wall as well, saying that Bernie has commented or liked Dheeraj's post. So even if I am not directly connected to Margaret, Margaret has seen my post. And if they are interested to make a connection, interested in services, some value add, some referral connections, she will reach out to me and become a first degree connection. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you. Now when
Go on.
if somebody likes, do we
Uh-huh.
see their photo, and
Mhm.
does it register as the number directly at the top of the post?
Yes, it's gonna show you whether it's a first degree connection or the second degree connection. LinkedIn is gonna show you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And then when you have engagement, then you have a messaging. So for example, if I have posted something, and taking the same example, Bernie has commented, and Margaret, since Bernie has commented and Margaret liked my post as well, so she's gonna like my post. So if For my example, if I believe that I can offer some kind of a value add to Margaret, I will message her and try to build a relationship, make a connection, become a first degree connection, try to talk to her, try and understand what she does, how she helps people. Maybe I can, it's not always the time that you can sell your product or services to an individual, but you might end up getting a referral partner, a collaboration partner, or anything of that sort. So this is how the post engagement and the messaging works. This is how you basically take the conversation to the next level.
What is the
Dheeraj,
And
can
difference?
I
there
ask
are,
a question on the posting that you were just talking about? How
sure, go
does
ahead.
LinkedIn figure out views of something, and what does that number, should that number be of interest at all?
Great question.
Yes, yes, it is. This is where the LinkedIn algorithm comes into picture. This is a really, really high level, highly complicated coding or the algorithm system. This is what I was saying to you earlier, that when we make a post, the initial 1 hour is really important, because the moment we post, LinkedIn is not going to show that post to all of our 5,000 connections. If I have 5,000 connections, first degree, what it does do is initially it's going to show it to 5 of my connections, then monitor how many engagements have we got, likes and comments. If we have none, then you have views only 5. Then it's not going to go up. So it's not going to show it to more connection. It's going to take your post down, since people are not interested in that post. Maybe there is no some value add. Maybe they are not interested to read that particular post. So this is all very automated algorithm system. And the the another important question is, what you ask is, does that view numbers matter? And the answer is yes. Because if I'm making an effort and creating a post, either text or videos, doesn't matter, and even if I have 5,000 connections, and if only 10 of my connections have seen the post, then what's the value of that post? I want my post to be seen more people, which would help you to increase my visibility. You never know who's gonna checking out your post on LinkedIn and going back and checking out your LinkedIn profile and want to do business with you. That is only possible that if your post is getting more views. More views means larger network. Does that make sense?
Dheeraj, I just want to give you a heads up. We got about 5 minutes left, okay?
All right, all right. Thank you. Thanks a lot. So I hope I answered the question. I'm not sure who asked this, but yes, 5 minutes. So next, do's and don'ts. Have a professional headshot on LinkedIn. Post content regularly. This is the same thing. This is going to increase your visibility. Send a welcome message if you are connected to somebody new. Respond promptly, possible, nurture your relationship, because at times it happens that people don't want to do business with you quickly. There should be a trust and level of relationship which emphasize them to have business terms with you. Recommendation requests. So yes, that's a bit in a quick nutshell